Hello everyone, and welcome to Silent Whispers. Tonight we're embarking on a journey into the world of sleep, a topic that affects every single one of us, yet often remains a mystery. Have you ever wondered why you sometimes wake up feeling refreshed, while other times you feel like you haven't slept at all, even after 8 hours? Or why some people are natural early birds and others are night owls? Well, you've come to the right place. Over the next 10 minutes, we're going to pull back the curtain on the science of sleep, and I promise to make it as fascinating and easy to understand as possible. So let's start with the basics. What exactly is sleep? It's not just your body shutting down. It's a highly active, incredibly complex process that's crucial for our physical and mental health. Think of it like a nightly maintenance session for your brain and body. While you're snoozing, your brain is busy organizing memories, clearing out toxins, and preparing for the day ahead. Meanwhile, your body is repairing muscles, regulating hormones, and strengthening your immune system. It's a full-on, behind-the-scenes operation that keeps you running at your best. Now let's talk about sleep cycles. You don't just fall into a deep sleep and stay there all night. Instead, you cycle through different stages. There are two main types: REM, which stands for rapid eye movement, and non-REM sleep. Non-REM sleep is further divided into 3 stages. From light sleep to deep sleep, you start in the lighter stages, gradually descend into deep sleep, and then pop back up into REM sleep. This whole cycle takes about 90 minutes, and you'll typically go through it 4 to 6 times a night. The first part of the night is dominated by deep sleep. This is the most restorative stage, where your body does most of its physical repair work. It's really hard to wake someone up from deep sleep, and if you do, they'll probably feel groggy and disoriented. As the night progresses, the periods of deep sleep get shorter, and the periods of REM sleep get longer. REM sleep is where the magic happens for your brain. This is when you dream, and your brain processes emotions and solidifies memories. It's like your brain's personal filing system, deciding what to keep and what to discard from the day's experiences. So, if each cycle is 90 minutes, does that mean we only need multiples of 90 minutes of sleep? Not exactly. Everyone's sleep cycle is slightly different, and our sleep needs change throughout our lives. Newborns might sleep up to 17 hours a day, while teenagers need about 8 to 10 hours. Most adults function best on 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep. The key word here is quality. You could be in bed for 8 hours, but if you're constantly waking up or not getting enough deep and REM sleep, you won't feel rested. This brings us to a huge factor in sleep quality: our internal body clock, also known as the circadian rhythm. This is a 24-hour cycle that tells our bodies when to be awake and when to feel sleepy. It's controlled by a tiny part of our brain that responds to light. When it's bright outside, our brain sends signals to keep us alert. As it gets dark, it triggers the release of melatonin, the sleep hormone, which makes us feel drowsy. This is why a consistent sleep schedule is so important. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, even on weekends, helps keep your internal clock synchronized. But in our modern world, it's easy to throw this clock out of whack. The blue light from our phones, tablets, and computer screens is a major culprit. This type of light is especially good at tricking our brain into thinking it's still daytime, which suppresses melatonin production and makes it harder to fall asleep. That's why sleep experts often recommend putting away screens at least an hour before bed. Instead, try reading a physical book, listening to calm music, or taking a warm bath. These activities signal to your body that it's time to wind down. Let's also touch on what you eat and drink. Caffeine, as we all know, is a stimulant. Its effects can last for hours, so having a coffee or an energy drink in the late afternoon can seriously interfere with your ability to fall asleep. Alcohol is another tricky one. It might make you feel sleepy initially, but it actually disrupts your sleep later in the night, particularly REM sleep. You might wake up more frequently and feel less refreshed in the morning. A large meal right before bed can also cause discomfort and indigestion, making it harder to drift off. So what can we do to improve our sleep? It all comes down to creating a healthy sleep routine, often called sleep hygiene. First, optimize your bedroom. It should be cool, dark, and quiet. Consider using blackout curtains, an eye mask, or a white noise machine if needed. Second, stick to that consistent sleep schedule we talked about. This is probably the single most effective tip. Third, create a relaxing pre-sleep ritual. This helps you transition from the stress of the day to a state of calm. Maybe it's some light stretching, meditation, or journaling. Exercise is another powerful tool for better sleep, but timing matters. Regular physical activity can help you fall asleep faster and enjoy deeper sleep. However, try not to do an intense workout too close to bedtime, as it can be stimulating for some people. A morning or afternoon workout is usually ideal. Even a gentle walk in the evening can be beneficial. Now, let's address a common issue. What if you're lying in bed, wide awake, and your mind is racing? The worst thing you can do is lie there stressing about not sleeping. It just creates a cycle of anxiety. The expert advice is this: if you haven't fallen asleep after about 20 minutes, get out of bed. Go to another room and do something quiet and relaxing, like reading under dim light. Avoid your phone. When you start to feel sleepy again, go back to bed. This helps your brain associate your bed with sleep, not with frustrated wakefulness. I also want to briefly mention sleep disorders. Conditions like insomnia, sleep apnea, and restless leg syndrome are more than just a bad night's sleep. They're medical conditions that often require professional help. If you consistently struggle with your sleep, feel excessively tired during the day, or if your partner notices you snoring loudly or stopping breathing in your sleep, it's really important to talk to a doctor. There are effective treatments available, and getting a proper diagnosis can be life-changing. Remember, prioritizing your sleep is not a luxury. It's a fundamental part of self-care. I hope this lecture has given you a clearer picture of the incredible world of sleep and some practical tips you can start using tonight. It's not about achieving perfection, but about making small, consistent changes that can lead to big improvements in your energy, mood, and overall health. Thank you so much for joining me on Silent Whispers. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more deep dives into the science of well-being. Sweet dreams and sleep well.